Hey, what is going on, everyone? I hope you are having a wonderful Thursday. Today, I wanted to create this video to share with you my insights on three biotech stocks that I feel is currently undervalued. And if you consider making investments in these companies, it can add value in the long term. Right now, before I begin, though, I like to inform you that I'm not a financial advisor, and anytime when you do consider making an investment, please make sure to do your research while taking my information as guidance information only. Now, these are tickers that's in the biotech sector. I'll share with you reasons why I feel each company will position for success and what its future forecast valuation with its share price will likely be in the future. Let's get started. The first ticker I wanted to share with you is a biotechnology company called iBio, where it is part of the New York Stock Exchange. Today, the share price had gone up by 10%, right? As you can see, back in mid-July, the share price had ramped all the way up to like $7. However, it took a downward toe and it's been hovering around the low $1.50 range. The fact that it ramped up by 14 cents today, that just tells you that it's currently undervalued and that the bull run can start taking place with companies like iBio. We know that on its company website, it's hiring a number of employees in R&D, manufacturing, and procurement. That just tells you that it's trying to establish itself in scaling up its process, working with different vendors as well. They partnered up with other companies so that it can be a contract manufacturer to develop monoclonal antibodies. It has different vaccines in fibrosis, in swine flu, and they're working on a vaccine for the COVID-19 pandemic. We know that COVID is not going to go away year over year. It's going to just continue to have different mutations. And for that reason, iBio will be a long-term play, and it can definitely ramp up to like $30 in share price. We know that with its process, Fast Farm Technology, with support from the University of Texas A&M, that's the largest institution for Texas right there. And the fact that it's part of the Fast Farm production technology, I have firm belief that once there's going to be a demand for increase in vaccines, this company can make billions in quantity of vaccines. And the fact that the process doesn't cost a lot of money, it has a low operational expense, that's when iBio will start gaining in huge significant value. And that's why investing now into iBio, you can definitely gain on positive proceeds in the long run if held long term, led by CEO Tom Isett, who came from GE Healthcare, and he also brought in members in the clinical and the finance program from large scale companies as well. So we know that eventually economies of scale will be established with iBio, and it won't be a share price that's in the single digits for long. So let's not lose sight of what iBio can do for you. And if held long term, this can become a $30 share price stock from my perspective. Now, next ticker I wanted to pivot over to is a biotechnology company that's based out in San Diego, and that's Inovio Pharmaceuticals by the ticker INO. This company is working on 15 different immunotherapy vaccines where they have one product that's in phase 3 clinical trials at this time. That's the VGX dysplasia platform, where it will likely receive FDA approval very soon. And with its COVID-19 vaccine that's currently in phase 2 clinical trials, we shall hear entry into phase 3 coming very soon. And once that happens, we can potentially hear data about China announcing emergency use authorization to allow the use of DNA plasmid production so that it can start being used in different countries, and not only in the United States, but also in global territories all around the world, so people can benefit from DNA medicine, at least for like the COVID-19 pandemic. This company is also working on a number of different vaccines, such as glioblastoma, brain tumor. They're working on MERS vaccine, the INO 4700, how the INO 4800 COVID-19 vaccine, how that came about was that's derived from the INO 4700. So from a share price standpoint, I do feel like Inovio Pharmaceuticals right now, it's definitely undervalued. If held long term, this can definitely become like a $50 share price stock, possibly going up to like $80 if you hold it long term. Currently, where the share price is right now, we know that the company is going against competitors such as Moderna, Pfizer, Johnson and Johnson, all of the products that do have emergency use authorization. But there's no company that has FDA approval. That's the difference there, right? All these companies are just allowed emergency use authorization. Now, I personally feel like in the coming years, quality will be a big play in determining what company vaccine actually adds value based on the numbers. Once we get into Q3, Q4 of this year, that's when we'll see that degree of seasonality, whether COVID-19 will start peaking again, and that's when we'll see differences with efficacy on vaccine plays. And Inovio Pharmaceuticals' bread and butter will be whether it can provide a safe and effective approach to the COVID-19 pandemic, as well as different disease states. So from a share price standpoint, I definitely feel like it can ramp up. We know that previously, about a year ago, it ramped up to like mid $35 back in like June timeframe of 2020. However, now it's currently in the single digits at $9. I firmly believe it's undervalued and it can definitely ramp up. We know that BlackRock actually holds 14 million shares of Inovio Pharmaceuticals, and they haven't made a sale yet. So by following what institutions are doing, you can definitely gain on positive proceeds in the long run. Next ticker I wanted to share with you is Skye Bioscience. Why do I like Skye so much? This company is working on a bioengineered prodrug using cannabinoids and adding amino acids so that it can work effectively towards patients with glaucoma. Patients with glaucoma are basically blind, and the root cause for glaucoma is increase in intraocular pressure in the eye, and that causes damage to the optic nerve. The benefits of using Skye Bioscience's product that's currently pre-approved by any health authority is the fact that it can demonstrate superior reduction in intraocular pressure compared to the commercial products that are made by large-scale companies like Pfizer. But it also can potentially provide neuroprotective effects around the optic nerve. There's no company that has that intended use of neuroprotection. So once this company is able to demonstrate neuroprotective effects with its preclinical trials data and onward with other enabling IND studies data, then Skye can position itself to open up $1 billion market sector. And we know in the whole realm of cannabis and pharmaceuticals, this is definitely a shift towards a new paradigm where we see cannabis potentially advancing medical unmet needs. And at least with what Skye Bioscience is working on, their main laser sharp focus right now is getting the glaucoma drug product nailed down with safe and effective product characteristics. And once that's demonstrated, it can tap into other indications for use with its other potential product, the CBD VHS, that doesn't have claims for different intended uses yet, but that's coming with its scientific committee program. It has members from Stanford University, ophthalmologists, Mount Sinai professionals, as well as working with University of Mississippi, the only entity that has DEA rights to develop and manufacture cannabis for 50 years. There's no other legal entity in the United States that has that right. So from what you can see, this patented prodrug that's developed with University of Mississippi and Skye Bioscience, it has all of the data. And for those reasons, I have high conviction that this company can advance medical unmet needs, at least first in the glaucoma space. And this can really help break through the advancement for the needs that glaucoma patients are dealing with. So just wanted to share with you this ticker. This is based out in San Diego, and the current share price right now is about the 11 cents range. And as you can see, it's been taking an upward climb here. And from a long-term perspective, I have high conviction that by end of this year, it can go up to $1. And if held long-term, this can become like a $10 stock in the long term. So just wanted to share my insights with you on Skye Bioscience. And I hope this video was valuable. If you have any questions or comments, please make sure to leave it down below. And if you're new to this channel, please make sure to subscribe to All I See Is W. Thank you all. Have a great day.